Hello there folks, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, a place where I discuss different topics about spirituality and introspection, and from time to time game analysis, usually about my play in different games, because it's always interesting and important to analyze your playstyle so that you can see how things have gone, how things have been done by the other players, and as well as how you have been doing things by your own self. Self-analysis is very important because it's a key pillar towards evolution. Now, this is another quick match game that me and some friends of mine have played. In this case, we were 4 premates, and well, I kind of liked how Jinx mid played. She was kind of the star of the other team, and well, considering the skin she had, well, it's kind of understandable. She also has a star skin as well. It's also good for me to see how things went on the enemy side. Here I was staying, waiting to ward on the red, while the jungler began in the blue. Shaco chose to start in red. And the game starts. We have the cute Gnar skin. Tihi. So now that the game started, I head towards the lane to simply make sure that things are well while having warded the red. Especially when you have junglers like Shaco, you don't know how things can end up as. And Sylas starts off with taunting the enemy. My gosh, the body meshes are so weirdly made. One can clearly see that they have a spinal cord structure that is used in the animation to simply bend the body, and that is a very easy way of doing it, I guess. I don't know that much about, you know, visual designs, but it makes the bodies look very awkward when they bend. That's one thing for sure. On top we have Malphite playing, or well, tending towards an AP build, which is basically the focus of the game. Slowly farming his way, while on the bot lane, me and the AD carry are trying to, well, win the lane. Although, well, we're not necessarily the most aggressive part. And Jinx scores a first blood on mid. I kind of forgot the details of the video because it's been almost a week since that.
Smile, everyone is watching.
We have Shaco taking the scuttle. Jinx in her lane, pushing. And of course, trying to ensure the dominance of the lane. Meanwhile on bot lane, I keep a certain distance from the enemy because I was expecting Ezreal and Annie to play a bit more aggressive. And here we took some shots. After all, we're not playing that competitive, so you know, a lot of mistakes are to be expected. Gnar apparently chose to leave and attack the Scuttler, going back to his lane. While Shaco comes to check for the blue. And Malphite claims the kill. At the same time he manages to escape Shaco. And thanks to leveling up he survives. Meanwhile on mid the situation is still a bit dire. Jinx's advantage is kind of paying off.
Your turn.
Using her range advantage on Sylas. Although Sylas isn't as defenseless as he looks, I can say. Bot lane goes just as usual, nothing different, no death. Alright, so Malphite returns to the lane. And he starts a ability power build. Now on bottom lane, on the mid lane things seem to be not so great necessarily. Again,
Ready to rock?
fortunately Sylas manages to get away from the ultimate. And Jinx almost gets a double kill. Now she has 6 seconds movement speed. The AD carry chooses to go back, however they still return. I tell him that, well, I'm waiting for level 6. Things haven't gone so well because we've been getting a bit of poke and I had to heal the carry. Almost level 6.
Magic cannot be caged.
Well, I don't. And the team manages to get a kill on him. So, well, let's go for the upper objective. Jinx doesn't suspect anything, which obviously isn't a thing, and now they talk to Herald. That voice line is so funny. So they finally push mid. But just as they are pushing mid, the enemies also pop in. People kind of didn't expect this.
This passion compels me.
The mid lane isn't yet turned into Aram, as usually games tend to become so. I took part of the Moonstone, the mythic that I kind of really love on Soraka. Well, the enemy team seemed, well, somewhat balanced. I mean, only Gnar had 3 deaths, so honestly only one of us was a bit more fed than the others. So Gnar is preparing to go back to base. And obviously Jinx is quick on her reflexes to throw her chompers.
This'll send them running.
Don't worry, Kuro. We'll
And Shaco pops in and takes the kill. That wasn't the brightest move necessarily, but well, we all learn from mistakes. After all, the purpose of these videos is to show the, or well, I don't remember all the plays and, you know, the mistakes, which kind of makes it good, because it's like I'm watching the game for the first time. And well, it's a good point, because if you see the mistakes, you will, well, learn in time not to commit them again. Mistakes usually are caused by impulses, and the point is, the impulses are hard to bring down. So if I remember correctly, I didn't have the words yet, because I couldn't poke them that much. I kind of didn't show it, but I kind of got poked back 2 times, and well, of course, the very simple point, we weren't capable of killing them.
Transcend. Smile.
Shaco is interested in taking down Malphite. And I throw in an ultimate that saves his life.
Call it redistribution of magic.
And the 2 allies choose to go back.
shut
In this case, we killed Ezreal, and I'm still kind of surprised where the hell. Okay. Jinx threw in an ultimate, hoping to kill the enemies at low HP in base, but fortunately she was a bit late. Let's see. Spell Thief's Edge. Shaco was kind of interested in taking the Drake. Problem was the middle turret was still standing, which was kind of the problem for me, and well, for the whole team. Well, Jinx still has her ultimate.
Let's level the playing field.
I healed some of their HP back. And Malphite AP kind of hits like a stone. Well, more stones actually. So I managed to heal Malphite. At least he got a kill. That was the more important thing. Finally we bring down mid.
4, 2, 3, 4.
We decided to push top a bit, because Gunnar was having his time bringing down the turret. So we decided to push top a bit. The point was we wanted to have some lane advantage. And Jinx gets murdered mid lane. Fortunately, Tryndamere had sufficient damage. Let's actually see a bit Shaco's abilities. So it's no longer 20%. So it's no longer 20% extra damage as it once was.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Kind of choose to go back since I no longer had HP.
Live.
Hold up!
Well, I couldn't save him there. By curiosity, how much cooldown does her ultimate have? 55 seconds. Okay.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So we were looking at Shaco. So let's see.
Blue team's turret has
Okay,
been
40
destroyed.
seconds. It increases apparently with its ability power. The more AP you have, the more it lasts. And an enemy comes near or when revealed, fearing nearby enemy champions for half a second or 2 seconds for minions and jungle monsters. And AP Malphite gets a kill there with the ultimate. However, they
Spread my word.
and I remain the only one there, unfortunately. But fortunately, no one actually focuses me. So the trap activated, it fires at all nearby enemies. Oh, okay. A single target. Okay. Okay, the target has less than 30% HP. Okay, so it deals magic damage instead. And it receives, okay, it receives 50% increased damage, okay. And fear for 1 second. So they basically kind of have the same effect.
Found your bear.
So I choose to stay by the Kirin here to make sure that nothing happens to them, but at the same time
Action.
Whatever.
okay. Was also thinking about Shurelia's Reverie on Soraka, because the move speed on allies is actually very good, but the Moonstone actually offers a very good advantage, which I really love. The heal is actually very good, and all my other items get 5 ability haste. That's actually very good.
This passion compels me.
Double trouble!
stars hear me.
I couldn't save Malphite in there. So the situation is looking more and more dire for us.
A Star Guardian's best friend. Ready to roll?
I'll give it back. Promise. Marvel at that!
Okay, at least Annie got her ultimate consumed.
At last. No more.
And here Jinx kind of ruins our game. Well, in the sense that she played very good.
Meet Shira.
So I managed to keep the minions busy, keep them away from the inhibitor.
You will learn what beauty truly is.
Shaco is building Gale Force, okay. So with the Drake spawning, we kind of regroup. And the warded Baron gets removed.
Shut down.
Share and share.
Timbers!
Kind of separated. But we kind of managed to
The alley.
bring them down
Two.
and claim a further dragon.
Your turn.
We catch a glimpse of Jinx, so we're kind of interested in taking her. She manages to flash away,
Seriously? That's a...
and I got killed by Collector in there.
Red team's turret has been
I didn't see the chompers in there, and that's when I learned that they actually, well, I knew they deal damage, but I wasn't expecting them to trigger Collector. Honestly, I wasn't even thinking about that.
shut down.
And we got a bit of greed. Malphite was
Through my work,
trying the
you shall
ability
transcend.
power build, has acquired quite some AP, and Annie manages to survive.
Found him!
We still have this habit of going separately. This is part of impulsive playing. People leaning a bit too much on their impulses.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Here we bring down finally another turret. And we're pushing for the mid. However, everyone came back.
Talk to the hand!
Malphite gets feared. Again, people choose to run away from me.
I am martyred.
And the enemies go to try a Baron. However, no one else seems interested in the such. And of course they kind of lack the damage.
Fingers deep!
And he escapes again. Let's see, out of curiosity. The Shed Dusk Blade, the Collector, obviously. Yumus, oh okay. And Serpent's Fang. Gives quite some lethality. Okay, so it doesn't affect shields that proc magic damage only. So Morgana's shield is kind of unaffected, and there is the magic shield, I think, from Talons.
Give it up.
Kind of get separated in here, but we managed to come back. At least we killed Annie. Still there was Jinx. Here we kind of we lost the jungler in there.
Oh no! I'm dying.
Double kill.
And we managed to get a triple kill. I flash in for the kill. I was expecting some kind of secondary effect to take him down. So we're waiting for the minions in here, since Jinx, Ezreal and Shaco were down. We go for the turret.
Let's see what you're made of.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And
Age.
here again we get
Only as good as your gun.
We get pushed back. I was looking for a good place to go back. Still thinking about an ultimate from Jinx. Still, for some reason, they're not interested in attempting a Baron. We weren't too united though, but still, the point was they weren't either.
Starlight Express! Not so fast! Combo blast!
And Tryndamere manages to run away from me as usual. Throw myself there specifically. Now I don't remember. I remember this part. I wanted to attack this. I actually right-clicked it, but I don't know if Shaco actually Gale forced to prevent me from doing that, or just he was desperate for the kill. But well, it would have been nice if that worked. However, he still had his Q, so he could have simply queued over the Baron. So honestly, I don't think it would have been that much of a difference.
Bliss comes only in the moment.
Fortunately,
before I fire.
they didn't push on our inhibitor, and both our lanes are now equal. We kind of regroup, because the Drake would be spawning quite soon, and we kind of had to make sure we would take it as well.
You never stood a chance.
So I come there, put some words. Usually I put a word in here and here, but since we kind of knew enemies would be here, I prefer to put a word in here to see them better. And the Drake obviously spawns. Here we are, expecting to lose the dragon. Malphite suddenly plunges in. That was biggest surprise of the game. $422 AP, and well, three enemies almost vaporized, and well, that's kind of game, because we managed to turn them around, and well,
Inhibitor has been destroyed.
we ensured the final push in here.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
4!
And with 2 heals I bring his HP back,
2, 2, 3, 4.
and of course we managed to finally win the game. So, what do you think? Malphite AP sounds like definitely a very good viable option, but again, this is just a quick match. And of course, we all committed mistakes, the enemies as well, we did. So yes, all this being said, hopefully you enjoyed, take care, Ferinjan Board signing out.